1961 Bugeye Restoration Project. And here's one for you if you're looking for some restoration fun. Starting with the normal places these rust, water collects in the trunk and rusts out the section. The solution, a patch panel that goes right in here. Those are easy to get. We've got similar issues here, and a new rocker panel is going to need to be put on. And we did this recently. We cut the weld all along here and under the door, and at the pinch it's not as hard as you would think. Well, again, I don't know your restoration experience, but it's very doable. In here they're usually quite rusty. This one's not bad, and this is another trouble spot, the corner of the nose, but not too bad here. There is also a patch available that fits right in there, gets welded in. The nose on this car is actually quite nice. Normally you see a lot of Bondo. You'll see a telltale crease along here. It's pretty straight, and it has not been all gooped up, hasn't been all dented. This is actually, of course there's peeling paint, but you have to try to look beyond that. It's solid steel, and that's of great value. This is a quite good nose, except this valence panel. That's not great. That's going to need a bunch of work or to be replaced. You cut it along these seams, and a new one of those is available. This side as well, this front fender is fine. Same sort of problem here. This rocker also will need to come off. Here's that same rust in this corner and here. So there's definitely work to be done, but it's nice not to see the dents all along here and the dents from the bumper and the dents all up in here. That's what happens on most of these cars over the years. Inside, what we've got is, this is the original floor pan. That's of course going to need to be replaced. Here's the inner sill. That's going to need to be replaced when the rocker comes off, or at least this forward portion, and then patched here. And then a new floor pan, the entire area here. But what's nice, again, is these cross members. A lot of times you see rust all in here. Here's a little. But normally this area is much worse. Looks more like that. There goes some. And here, this is pretty common. Not terrible. And this is the back of the spring box, or the front I should say. And that's going to also need some reinforcement. I'll show you that in a minute. There's a lot you can learn just from watching this, even if you decide not to take this car. Try to make these instructional videos. There's a new floor pan somebody welded in. It's not the correct pan. I would recommend just cutting that out and starting with the proper panels that have these ridges in the middle and in the front. This is an original pan with this depression. Back here we've got an issue at the seam where the trunk floor meets the back of the car, and that's going to need to be welded. So there's a bunch of work to do, but nice to see an original steering wheel. The dashboard is out and over there on the grass. There's a bunch of the original switch gear, ignition switch. This is the heater cable. That's really nice to find because those are not available. And what else can I show you? The doors are good and the hinges are good. I'll show you that. That's another problem area is right in here. A lot of times this is all just gone. But it looks pretty good on this car. Coming back here, here's that rust from water sitting in the back. And then the spring boxes. This is a very popular area of concern because they rust quite a bit on Bugeyes. And I don't know if you can really see that, but basically what needs to happen is the leaf springs come out. I'll show you the other side real quick. Leaf springs come out and then those pieces get welded. What makes this an attractive project is that they're mainly straight boxes, right angles. It's not terribly difficult fabrication. The hard part on Bugeyes is the fairing of these curves. And on this car, because we don't have any dents all along here, that makes this one more attractive than some of the restoration projects you may see. We've got really good contours and a really good nose, and this is where you can spend a lot of time. A lot of times this is all rusted out, but it's just the paint flaking and it looks pretty good. But good is all relative. This is a project, and there you have it, a Bugeye from '61 and a lot of spare parts. We've got a roll bar, extra rear axle, smooth case transmission, etc.